sweats on, put your sweats on for me, yeah. Cause I got the plug, I'll make it call for green. Oh, I'm talking late night for ya. Let me lay a great time on ya. Don't hesitate, no, don't ya, no. Just say you will come through and chill, chill, oh, chill. Just say you will come through and chill. Oh, said I wanna love all night, singing. Yeah. Said I wanna love all night. Yeah. We out here dripping in finesse. It don't make no sense.
They would right now.
Another day at Finesse N Chill.
Ah,
Cheers, V.
Cheers, right. You know that what's crazy? This is like what they say. British people, so far in the whole, I work in a hotel in New York, so British people come in and they're always saying cheers. I thought that was, I never say cheers when I give someone a drink or when you're going to, you just kind of like say like.
You just hear.
Right.
Because we're like mad rude out here. So everything is like salute.
Right. So cheers is the thing. But anyway.
Cheers is how you introduce.
It's Wednesday.
Wednesday it is. Toast to the good life. Finesse and chill. Thanks to everybody that's tuning in. Everybody in on the check-in.
Oh my God! Thanks for Pineapple Ritas.
It feels like it's been a while. Every time I come, I'm like, I feel like we haven't seen each other in so long. So crazy.
Lies. We were just together this weekend.
Right.
So
there's a lot of juiciness going on, but instead of getting in regular schmegular celebrity tea, we're gonna try to be like real life with the tea and how it can pertain to your life. And how people are so invested in celebrity drama and celebrity life and what's going on in their life, but you never think of what would you do if you were in that predicament. Now, can you imagine either being with Kim Kardashian or being with Kanye? Because we just recently heard the interview with Kanye where he was making points about people talking about his wife. And there was other people saying like, come on, bro, of course your wife is Kim K. Why wouldn't they talk about her? But then on Kim K's side, would you be able to handle a husband that rants on Twitter, like randomly gets the whole world against, he got his whole race against him at one point, all the way off the wagon, then comes back and then jumps off again? Like, is there a line between holding down your partner? Because to me, they seem like, regardless of how crazy or what people judge them, they hold it down together.
Right.
They don't judge each other.
Crazy.
Right. So it's a balance, but it's about how much can you handle? So now Kanye had this interview and he was saying how someone made it a point that people weren't getting injections and changing how they looked and body and stuff until Kim did it first. Like, she started that trend.
I mean, I feel like a lot of people would agree with that, though, because I feel like after she got it done, all of a sudden everybody else wanted to nip and tuck somewhere, so...
Nip tuck.
But I will say, I feel like being with somebody that's like, you know, negative, someone that's always pissed off, someone that's always got a lot going on, maybe even someone that has, like, you know, addictions of some sort... I feel like that's heavy to deal with.
Right.
Like, that's baggage at the end. You have to really think about it, and that's like baggage for whoever you're with if that's how you are as a person. Like, you got to really feel like other people have to deal with having to bring you up all the time, having to big you up.
But now imagine if Kim wasn't there to hold Kanye down. We would watch this man come undone.
He probably wouldn't be here, in my honest opinion.
And then she has her own business. She has her own life, her own family. She got 3 kids. And then you still have to make sure your husband doesn't have a mental breakdown and can still go out and continue to be Kanye. Like, I just look at them like, yo, there's a lot of pressure. And him too. Every day he has to walk outside and know that everybody saw this tape of Kim Kardashian.
But he doesn't care.
Exactly. That's
Not only
the
that,
thing.
But how many other dudes smashed in the
Right,
business?
right.
So.
And that's why he was like, you know, at the end of the day, this is my wife. We have a family. People shouldn't say this. People shouldn't do this. And it's like, a lot of the average people wouldn't be able to do that.
Right.
Wouldn't be able to handle on either side. And what I will say, what I noticed with Kim is that he brought like the confidence out of Kim. Like people don't, if you, unless you're a girl that watches Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kim was the shyest sister. Just because she like might be the prettiest sister and the most out there sister, she doesn't dance. Kim is not like the turn up one. She don't drink. You never see Kim drunk at parties. None of that. She doesn't even like to do speeches in front of people.
Right.
So I feel like once she got with Kanye, when stuff happens with Kanye, I wait for Kim to go off on Twitter.
Yeah, you almost know what's gonna happen.
Kim's rebuttal game is crazy when it comes to her husband, and that's when I was like, yeah.
But all of this aside, how would you feel if you were with someone that, you know, had all, because mental issues is a really big,
right,
you know, it's a really big thing right now. How do you think, I mean, I feel like that's a lot to deal with, even though of course like everyone has,
right,
you know, their ways of dealing with it.
And like how he had his mental breakdown.
That one day for not to be a good day, and God only knows what can happen.
Right,
one day,
right.
You lose your cool.
That's
and
true.
Then, like
and
I said, and there's song lyrics that he's saying like he wants to kill her or he thought about killing her and crazy
himself.
stuff.
Like there's always craziness.
Yeah, there's one in the new album. As soon as it starts, he says, "Today I thought about killing you," and he was I love you so much that if you do something, I'll kill you. It's like. And I was like, right. I'm like, they shouldn't put this out. Like, why? Right.
That's cool.
So, you know.
So it's like.
How do you think you would deal? Would you?
I don't know. Because to me, all right. So let's break down what his issue really is. So it's a depression thing, and that's why he's on because he doesn't have a drug problem, right? He's on the medicine because of his depression.
He's just depressed.
He random.
Did he say he wanted to have lipo?
Yeah. He said, oh yes, Kanye said he wanted to have lipo because he saw how they fat shamed Rob Kardashian. He was like, when I saw that my brother-in-law didn't want to come to my wedding because he knew that the paparazzi was going to talk about him and his weight, he was like, that's when I was like, oh my God, like what is society doing to people? And he thought about lipo because of that, because of how they were treating Rob.
Look at that. I mean, I don't know. It's just so much. I feel like it's too heavy. I feel like it's a lot to deal with. Like, you imagine just being around a negative Nancy all day long. Someone that never wants to go out, never wants to like do something different, never wants to.
And on top of that,
bother.
You have 5, 6 sisters that are always doing something because Kim's a family person. So let's think about that when it comes to relationships, because I'm one of those type of people that I want to be able to barbecue, have parties, birthday parties, whatever parties, vacations with my girls, with family. Like, I like to keep like a whole family setting.
Right.
Okay? So now imagine trying to do that with your coolest sisters and your cool ass family, and then your husband is Kanye and he wants to be depressed that day and sit in the room.
Not that he wants to be depressed, but you know, that's
right.
just how he...
See, I shouldn't say that. You're exactly right.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I don't know.
It's balance.
You need a lot of patience for that, I guess. Like, you need a lot of patience. I've definitely dealt with a negative energy kind of, in a sense, where it's like, it's always anger, always, everything is just like, you know, like, I don't know. It's too much. And I feel like once you're in a situation where you're like, kind of like not feeling happy anymore, or you're kind of just always uplifting someone else, it takes a lot out of you as a person. Like, it takes your happiness to make someone else, you're dumping your happiness into
I'm
another
really
person.
trying to think. I've never had a fun boyfriend.
BRB.
Every boyfriend has I can't say that. I could maybe say 1 or 2 that like to do things, but other than that, like, no, because they didn't like being around my friends either. I never had a boyfriend that would genuinely be like, yo, let's go barbecue with your friends. Let's all go to the water park. Let's all go do this. Let's all go do that. I've had boyfriends that would like sit there and put their headphones on
I mean,
while everybody else is vibing, chill, family party. Like what?
But that's Kanye, and that's her though. Like you said, she really don't do a lot.
Right, true.
Other than the business
So
stuff.
and she's
sometimes
content.
you see her, right?
She's content with being like, well, my husband wants to go.
Everybody she was with wants to turn up, and she probably doesn't.
right. She's like the opposite.
And
She doesn't
exactly
really-
now, Kim probably had boyfriends in the past that wanted to party and do other things and go out, and Kim's like, no, like I have to go with my sister somewhere. So it's
voice again, 'cause that's not the voice.
Kim.
do it.
I gotta wait until like a sentence that I heard Kim say comes up. But like I said, the good thing we could pull out of it is that it brought Kim's personality out of her. So I think the goal in dating and marriage is to find somebody that makes you better. Like if you're going in a downward spiral continuously and that person isn't helping you or like getting you out of that funk, then clearly you got to reassess the situation.
Right. You
But
gotta
if
take a
you-
step back.
You boring, they're boring. You,
Right.
You turned up, they turned up.
But see,
It's
then
opposites
then
kind of
there's-
attract.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. Then there's times where
Sometimes.
opposites do attract, and you kind of like the one person balances the other one out on what they lack. So
That helps too.
sometimes it could
Sometimes
benefit.
you can bring
That
person
out of
that's
them.
not always partying. Like, come on out, party sometime. They be like, you know what? I like you.
Right.
Glad you brought me out.
Right, exactly. And then the turn up might start realizing, like, sometimes it is cool to relax at home and do certain stuff
you might
like
have
that.
created a fight too, so.
Right, you might have gave them the best night of their life, and now they
Should've
never
turned up
want to
the
go
whole
home.
Hey, that happens.
It's just-
sometimes.
It's crazy. It's definitely crazy, and I'm not gonna go down the whole Kardashians to compare relationships and to use examples as relationships, but
I got you.
Oh.
Turn it up.
oh, okay.
Sorry.
Turned up.
But dating in an industry period or in this generation is just totally different. Like let's say all right, let's use Courtney. Courtney's single right now. To find a man, if you say you want someone that doesn't have money or doesn't know the industry or isn't into the things that you're into, how can you trust them? Like, how can you know that that person is genuinely with you for you or because of who you are and your placement of what you're doing?
I mean, I'm sure that happens for rich people too. People that you know,
Right.
like what if you just hit the lottery and some shit like that happened to you too? Are you gonna look at
Right.
everyone that comes at you like,
Oh,
they
I hit the
know.
lottery. I'm turning my DMs off. I'm not answering anything.
AKA, you'll never get to talk to her again.
Like, that's crazy.
I mean, I don't know. I really don't know.
You never know who's out. Like, I saw an episode of something yesterday, and the girl's father was a basketball player. So when she had a daughter Father's Day dance, everybody was only talking to her, trying to dance with her, trying to kick it to her because they wanted to get to know her father. So it's like your whole life you're going to go through that where you don't know who's genuinely there to talk to you or because of who you're related to, who you're with, who you're dealing with, and that type of aspect.
Right. AKA story of my life. So yeah, I get it.
So you got to watch. You definitely have to watch.
Did you guys, major sidebar, did you guys hear about all of the Bill Cosby stuff going on?
You sound like one of the Kardashians right now. Go ahead,
Here
finish
we
the
go.
story, baby.
I hate
A lot of
when
people
everyone
say that
says
to her. That's why it's crazy.
Oh. I know I have someone that will be like, oh my god.
Oh my
I
God.
so love that. And I'm like, I don't talk like that though. Anyway, guys, have you heard all of the rumblings going on with Bill Cosby? All of these like conversations and
He's gonna do 2 flat. He's supposed to do
I heard
5.
3.
I think they gave him 3 or 5. Like it's something like they give you 5, but you have to do mandatory 3 with good behavior. And what's he gonna do? But now they're thinking he'll only do 2 years. But my thing is, what do you know from that whole like case? Like, was there was hardcore evidence
Yes.
that he did it? Because I remember there
His
being
lawyer-
evidence, and then I remember there not being evidence.
His lawyer did not let him finish or answer a question saying something about did you know that you were like giving quaaludes to someone for these reasons? And his lawyer did not let him answer that. So what does that tell you? You know what I mean? Like, and he also admitted to doing it. So it's not like he didn't say no, like I didn't. He admitted to actually giving quaaludes out to these women, to some of these women. I don't know if he admitted to all of them, but.
And see, my thing is, okay, you want to do it to Bill Cosby, you wanna take away the Bill Cosby legacy, that's fine. If he really did that, absolutely, he deserves. If he really did that, he needs to be there for all the years, not just 3 out of 5. My thing is, if that's the issue, then everyone in the industry that has been our freaking president, they said did that.
Well,
they
don't
said our
know
president
yet.
touched a child.
There's no evidence though. That's just speculation. You can't run off on what people.
So
are
let's
saying.
open the case. Like,
No,
you know what I'm saying?
girl.
If you're gonna lock up Bill Cosby, fine, lock up Bill Cosby. Now, how about the sick fuck from Nickelodeon?
I'm sure. Listen, these people are gonna go down. But my whole thing is don't look at other people and be like, well, because they're not getting convicted, because they're not getting, they're not getting any attention on whatever the case is, doesn't mean that his is now all of a sudden nothing. Right. At the end of the day, women were still raped against their, consent. Like, so.
And look at that. It's literally on both screens, on both this live and this live. 2 different people, 2 different comments said they came for Bill because he was trying to buy NBC. Now, I heard that from the beginning, and I ran with that because, I'm into conspiracies. I'm all for that. But my thing was like, I can't, as a female, I can't just disregard it because of that. Like, if he really did it to somebody, then we have to go with that.
All right, here's something.
But the 80s, that's what they was doing.
No, if that was the case, I'm sure, I'm not saying people didn't do that, but I'm sure with consent. Right. Like, oh, you want to party tonight? You want to do this? Have you heard? Like, I'm sure people were down for that in the end of the day. So, I don't know.
That's how they were getting weird back then.
But what I will say that I'm, like, really disgusted with is that a lot of people, first of all, there's moments so far in our history that we're making, there's been moments where certain cases or certain things happen and it's almost like you can't go on social media that day. Like, when certain things happen in real life, I know for 1,000% fact, if I go on Facebook, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed off because people are so weird. Like, there's really people, and I don't know if some of you feel like this in the chat right now, but there's people that literally are defending Bill Cosby. Like,
see, that's what I don't want to sound like.
I don't understand how you could back someone up that there's so much evidence against, and yet he still has people. He even said it his fucking self. He fucking gave these girls quaaludes. Sorry for cursing, but.
It's just gonna upset people.
He said I did it, and you guys are like, no, he didn't. He said he did.
It's gonna upset people for the simple fact that it's just Bill Cosby. Like, they just took Bill Cosby and nobody else in the industry. Like, everybody else should be locked up too. I'm down. Lock them all up. Lock all these little creeps up.
But see,
old creeps,
I'm
new
sure
creeps.
it's taken a lot of time and a lot of build up to get Bill Cosby in there in the first place. So I'm sure it's gonna be the same with everyone else.
His daughter just died. Like, life's coming at him fast. That's karma. Like, if it is, then that's karma. He looked very sad today.
Listen, I've mentioned it plenty of times. There are men that get off on the fact that they're in a position of power, that they're the ones either with the money, they're the ones with, like, the job status, whatever situation it may be. They know that they have the control, and they get off on putting that against women or putting that against other, like, they know how bad they want the job or how bad they need to be in their workspace, and they use that to their advantage to basically, like, get off. There's people that are like that. There's sick motherfuckers out there.
And there's I'm pretty sure back then when they were partying, there was girls that would just openly want to do something with Bill Cosby. But then on the other hand, when you're at these industry parties, I mean, Bill Cosby's not the first person I'm gonna go dance with. You know what I'm saying?
I hope he's not a person you dance with in the first place.
Right. So it's like, it's just us as people that grew up watching him. Of course, we're gonna be shocked and looked at it, but there's a lot of sickos out there. A lot of people in the industry are sick.
And then here's another thing for everyone that's going out there saying, you know, I don't believe this, or I'm with Bill because, you know, why would the women turn up now? And people, do you know
That's
anything?
That's my only gripe.
Is that why did they wait?
10 years, 15 years. Come on, man. Some of these chicks is like great grandmothers now. Like, come on.
And what happened in that big? Did anybody see the meeting where it was like all the girls came, and
Yeah,
like they
press
all
conference.
talked? Yeah, it was a
Yeah,
press
yeah.
conference. You saw that?
It was a couple of them that looked like they probably was cute back then, but some of them was
Right.
like, come on now. You really, come on. You telling me Bill had raped you?
He said that Bill had to remove.
Listen, and it happens. So what can you really do? But I just think that in this situation, for you to really sit there and disregard feelings of actual victims and people that have really actually gone through these things, like, that's dirty to me. Like, that's like disgusting. Like, why would you? I don't know.
But that kind of makes you go back to like when people say like, oh, well, she was partying, so she wanted it,
Right.
or they was out, she knew it, she was drinking, so she knew what it was. Like,
No.
that's
And
just
I hate
because
when they mention that. Not for nothing. I think it was Fox News or something. The other day I was at work on break and I seen it where the lady was basically saying, well, you know, the victim, which was drinking, and you know, she was at this
Right,
party,
they
and it's
make
like,
it sound
what does it matter? Of
crazy.
course, if you're at a party, what would you think I would be doing? Not drinking, standing by the wall? Like, are you gonna say that I danced with 5 guys and I had a couple spliffs?
Have you ever in your whole entire life got a little total and had sex with somebody you wish you didn't? It's a question.
I'm trying to think.
That
Right.
means yes. If you gotta think about it.
Like, was I drunk, or did I can I blame it on the liquor, or did I
No.
really
I can't say that I regret people, but those are sober decisions. I can't blame that on
When it's
drinking.
a
Right.
celebrity and then you get rejected after the fact, it can be
indeed.
painful. It can cause you to do what some of these women are doing.
Right,
I'm
and
not
see,
saying all
and
of them are
and
like
what
that,
happened with
but
Janice
they gotta
Dickinson?
be
Janice Dickinson made a statement, and then she
But
But
retracted
that
it.
bitch is crazy.
Yeah, then
That
she
bitch is
retracted
crazy.
her statement, and she was like, well, people just agreed with what I said, and they thought like that's what happened with them. But I mean, I could believe it though. Let
I
me
don't
tell you
believe
something.
anything that woman says.
There's whether you're a celebrity, guys like that in that tax bracket feel like it's owed to them. They're so used to people throwing it at them every day that they're shocked if you don't want it.
Thank you. So they don't know how to take
And
that
they don't-
because
right.
they are so used to women
They think
throwing
it's owed to
themselves
them. They think it's
that
owed to
when
them.
they're in a professional situation with a woman that wants to be professional, that only is walking in with business intentions, that's when all of a sudden
Yep.
he's gonna feel like, oh no, she's definitely here to suck my dick.
Like what?
No, she's actually here because she wants to audition. She thinks that you're being the uncle or the father or
Don't say
the
uncle.
grandfather. I'm sorry, Uncle Rob, but I'm just saying, man, like, this is crazy.
It is, and there was so many. The saddest part in Hollywood and Nickelodeon and the whole thing with celebrities being creeps was that it was mostly during auditions, like you said.
Right.
So this one lady, she says she went to go to an audition, and she just came out. Now, mind you, imagine your family paying for acting school. You're going to the best performing arts college. You're doing all of this.
Right.
And then you get to Hollywood for your first audition, and the guy told her, let's say you guys can't see the sofa here. Let's say it's a sofa like that. Told her, well, pretend that somebody is about to come, like, sit on your lap and, like, pull your skirt up.
Oh.
So now that's the first scene she has to go, and now you're auditioning for Hollywood. So you have to sit on a chair and do some sexual shit.
Okay, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
And
like, he's
You
taking
probably didn't have to
advantage.
do anyway.
Which you probably
you would've
didn't have to do,
never
but because
had to
they're
have
sick
done.
fucks, that was what they made the audition. This girl spent probably thousands in performing arts schools. For your first audition, for them to treat you like a fucking dumb bitch and tell you that you gotta sit on the couch and pretend that you're about to have sex and you're getting into foreplay.
So.
And, oh, it gets worse. It gets worse. She didn't find out until 10 years later, when all of this stuff is happening, that guy was playing her video for his company at poker games, parties, all of that, because by that time she was an actress. I gotta find out exactly who the actress is, and stay tuned, and I'll put it on like my Instagram or something. But she found out when all of this shit was coming out, like, he used her audition tape. And mind you, she's held this in for years that she even went through that. She never told anybody. And then for somebody to come up to you and be like, you know, when he came, whoever did it, whoever did the audition was wrapped up in that whole sex ring shit. So they had to tell her, like, yo, at his parties, he used to play your audition tape.
Like, can you imagine?
And that brought up all the memories of her having to do that. People in the industry are grimy, son, when it comes to that. As a woman, you got to know your boundaries, and you got to state your boundaries from the rip when it comes to shit like that. Because let me tell you, I used to be quiet, timid. If somebody did something, I'll just be quiet. And then later, I'll be like, yo, can you believe that such and such try to do this, and that? Not, you have to call it, or else they're going to think you with the shit.
Right.
But the other sad part is a lot of these girls.
Most of us are with the shit.
Right. But when these girls call people out on that, a lot of them lose their jobs. A lot of them.
Happened to me.
That's something you gotta stand up and accept the backlash from, or you're gonna wind up trying to tell your story 30 fucking years later.
Okay,
Right.
but
You know what I
but
mean?
real quick, let's say in a series of fucking unfortunate events, somehow, some way, you end up getting raped
Who?
by a
You.
man. You,
I
got
get
raped.
raped by
You.
a man.
right? You.
Okay.
And then
Okay, by like an assailant, he
yeah.
was trying to rob you.
Right.
Got
a
to
pirate.
do that.
Right.
A booty pirate.
Fucking movie. That's
So
a
wait.
movie.
No,
Go
let's
ahead.
say it actually happened.
Okay.
Would you be so open
Yes.
to wake up the next day
oh, see,
and be like, guys, everyone, I got raped by so and so.
You know-
I was on my way
oh,
home.
that's a
He
movement
took
right
control
now.
of me.
If it was a celebrity in a heartbeat. 'Cause
Listen.
If I had to take that L, I'm gonna get paid or something for taking that L.
But see, that's how I don't know. Not
That's what
everyone-
it is, and
I
it's
really
funny.
don't like that fucking analogy that you.
I
did.
get it.
I don't even know why I went along with it. But no.
But it's true, and I'm gonna D-Ray just admitted to that.
Well, wait a minute. Y'all telling me right now, if I was to come on to y'all all this time we've been working together, y'all wouldn't say something?
No, I'm not gonna get on this and be like, yo.
Well, then you should.
I know,
if I
but
was to do something inappropriate to y'all make sure y'all say that shit right away.
But you see,
Fuck that.
that's what's called bad business. And
Exactly.
that's what
Shit,
everyone
Reese.
gives women the stigma. If you go and tell someone what happened
Right.
to you, no one's gonna want you there no more. You're fired.
Or
You're done. No
if
one's
people
gonna keep
you might
You're
have more
messy.
fans than us. If we say that, they might be like, these bitches swear everybody wants them. Uncle Ryan even like that. And it would flip on us in a heartbeat.
Probably.
They ain't never gonna believe that.
I
You
can't.
know what I'm saying? If we was to do that, they would them bitches swear everybody want
You know what?
them.
It's a hard thing, but if anything, let's say this. If anybody ever does that to y'all and y'all feel as though these people, you can lose your job or whatever, what you need to do is get some evidence somehow.
Right.
So when it is time
It's
that
the
you
evidence.
want to say something, at least you got the evidence and it's just
But
Right,
there are
you had a
situations where you
situation-
don't have no evidence.
You had a situation, you were just saying that. It's happened. They treated
Yeah,
V
put you on
different
the
at jobs after they wasn't getting no play and certain things like that. I've had industry jobs where when they realized it wasn't that type of party, it was like,
Sure.
we don't need her no more. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But like we said, you have to stand your ground from the beginning, or else it's gonna get to
You gotta
that
let
point.
people know what you are down and not down to do.
And you
period.
can't let these guys in Hollywood just go 30 years without saying something because, oh, that's what I was going to say about D-Ray when we was using that analogy. There's a movement out now because somebody said, like, why would people wait? Or I didn't say something because. So that's a hashtag on Twitter. And
There's
D-Ray,
people, by the way, that to this day still haven't said anything that they've
Right.
actually gone through. So
and D-Ray came out and admitted that he was raped by men like continuously and was like, I didn't say. He said I
D-Ray,
didn't.
the
D-Ray
comedian.
said-
And I love me some D-Ray.
My God.
Ew.
But this might tell you why he can't have just one girlfriend. D-Ray gotta have 5 on. He gotta let you know that he likes
Yo, he
bitches.
came out and said
Oh,
he
that
was
makes
raped
Yes,
multiple
exactly. You gotta
occasions
pay
by
attention.
somebody.
Wow. I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Exactly. That's as soon as he said it, I was like, oh, that's why he got like three
When did he do
girls.
this?
This was like last week. I'm telling you, you can go on Twitter and it's either I didn't say something because or I stayed quiet because. And he said that it was
I'm
his.
surprised that's not on the front page of any.
Yo, because you know
Right.
why? Because it was so
'Cause it's
everybody
D-Ray.
just respected it that they was just like, oh,
Because
okay.
people don't want to talk about that shit.
That's
That's
not
just what it
good,
is.
man.
Look,
That's
go-
not
try to
hot
Google it.
news.
Try to Google it real quick. So he whatchamacallit. So he said that his mother had a boyfriend, and they had a nephew that was a little bit older than him. So let's say the nephew's there, and your mother's like, here, such and such is here, so you guys can play together, and the dude was raping him the whole time.
Damn.
So he said that's why
See
he
what I
didn't say
mean?
nothing.
There's instances where you don't even have the proof. You can't even say how this happened or there's just so much scenarios to go on with these situations that you really can't sit there
Now,
and
it says
judge.
he was raped by 2 ugly women.
Nah, that
That's
ain't
what it
it.
says. 11 years old, 2 ugly, horrible 30-year-old women raped him. I remember him saying
No,
that.
that's old. That's old. Let me see.
D-Ray Davis revealed
I didn't-
they were sexually assaulted. Peter Guns and D-Ray Davis. Hold up.
Peter
let's see what
Guns?
this says.
Peter. Oh, now Peter
Oh,
Guns
that's
want to
why-
be down. Now he
that's
want to
why-
be down with the gets
Alright,
down
I'm
because
gonna read this.
we don't like Peter Guns.
right. He's just
Yeah.
looking
All
for
he
an
do is be
excuse.
handing out babies. Got no time for dudes like that, man. He just out here.
Yeah, see, saying woman, I'm sorry, but I don't think that's being molested.
No,
Well, if
that's
it's a
that.
30-year-old woman that you're not attracted to, that you don't
That's a
even
fact.
know what you're doing, you're a kid, of course it's fucking molestation. Like, I don't, see, this is why.
Yeah.
This is why there are days where you know you can't go online because you're going to be mad at the things that people say.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything on here
I'm gonna find it.
by saying anything that he's been raped by a man.
Shout out to Nestor. Shout out to you guys on the chat. This is crazy. This is just crazy shit. I'm sorry. There's people that really don't like to talk about situations like this or topics like this, but it's shit that happens. Like it happens every day, B. So
It really does.
we talk about it because it is what it is. Like you have to shed light on everything, whether it's good or bad. But let's move on from apparently such a heavy subject
Right.
that a lot of people
Because
don't
everybody's
wanna
like,
talk
yo,
to.
these topics are really deep.
Right, and life is deep, motherfuckers. So get ready because this is just the fucking.
Yo,
This is
I
nothing.
think he was trolling.
Huh?
No, I just text right now to see what it was. Hold on.
Wait, what?
About the thing, because maybe it wasn't D-Ray, but it has to be D-Ray because I remember saying, oh, that's why he has like 2 or 3 girlfriends.
You know what's
Yeah.
totally
We're gonna
random?
before the show is over, we're gonna get the facts right here. I just hit up my most credible source.
Yeah, maybe somebody said that about him. That's pretty. it's not
No,
on
I saw the
Twitter.
tweet. I saw the tweet.
How long ago?
This was literally this week, like within the last like 7 to 9 days.
Okay, wait. So this is so random, right?
Random. Jersey.
Random. So FMK. Since you said Peter Guns, I think
Oh.
that's a rather good startup right there.
Okay.
Let's
Young
get-
Peter Guns.
No, well, I didn't say young. I said
Okay.
Peter Guns.
Okay.
Now.
Oh,
Okay.
see?
So let's do
Was
Peter
here.
Gunn.
Uh-huh.
Let's do Richie Dollars because he was in that little circle.
Creep
What
Squad.
was the other
Creep
one?
Squad.
All right, let's do Self. FMK guys.
That is the hardest
marry, or kill.
FMK I've ever had in my life because I want to
I
kill
know
all of
because you
them.
want to.
Self
I
is
know.
cool.
I know.
Self is cool. It took me a while. Self grew on me. But Peter Guns is like probably not the one ever.
Why?
But
it the babies?
it's the fact that he's just a cornball and he thinks he's not a corn. I mean, he wouldn't be a cornball. He would be Peter Guns if he didn't act like such a cornball. Like, he thinks he's so young, just handing out kids, playing these girls like that. Like, them girls are fly. Amina Butterfly and freaking Tamara. For him, Tara.
I
really.
think
Like
I think
this
Tara's
big, though.
fly.
Yeah.
You don't see that on TV.
What do you
They're
mean?
mad
These girls
tiny,
are this
skinny.
big.
Oh, little and skinny.
Yeah.
Okay, Tara's fly
Very
though.
tiny.
I like Tara.
She's pretty.
Yeah.
But she's this big.
She's built like a
This
baby.
Big.
I don't like Amina. I think she's like weird looking, kind of like a little rat looking. I don't know. I'm just not a fan.
I think it's a T.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, she
And
got
her
a
mouth.
Oh, she got the little list.
Like she was sucking
Yeah. Her thumb.
most of her life.
Yep,
Right.
that's a fact.
So okay, you're gonna kill Peter.
No, but then you gotta. No, I'm not touching what's his face.
Who?
You said Rich Dollars.
Right.
That's the problem. Is that if I
Well, him himself. So you gotta marry one,
Oh.
and you gotta.
The hashtag is why I never told. That's what we gotta find on Twitter. Why I never told. Hashtag why I never told.
To find out about D-Ray. Okay.
So all right. So it's Peter. The problem here is
Fuck,
that
marry, kill Peter Guns.
Peter Guns and fucking what's his face. What's the second? Rich Dollars. They're like equally disgusting. Oh, why I didn't report it. You heard, Unc?
Oh.
Why I didn't report. Ah.
Thumbs up.
Can I kill both of them? Fuck, marry, kill.
Honestly, in my opinion, I honestly think that they're all kind of just in the same category of just.
This is the problem. I could marry self, but then that means I have to do either one of these guys, and that to me feels like rape. Because
Oh
like
my
them.
god.
I
Left.
don't like-
What
Left.
happened?
It
Left.
feels a little nasty.
She said. Go ahead, say it. You say it. Say it for the people in the back.
I would feel taken advantage of if I if I had to do. We're playing fuck, marry, kill. So it's Peter Guns, Rich Dollars. You know who Rich Dollars is from the Creep Squad.
Yes.
Okay, and then DJ Self. So I can marry DJ Self, but the problem is I have to still pick Peter Guns or Rich Dollars for
a fuck.
right.
But you kill either one of them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely.
They both gone. They're both trash.
I feel like either way, we'd all be losing here.
It's a big loss. Well, they said Rich's thing was like.
I'm sorry, what did they say? Is it. Oh, it's small. Okay. We got a shrimpy. Here's a shrimpy. Alright, so
I'm
he's
not-
definitely gone.
He's
then.
gone. He's out of here.
He's definitely killed. Alright.
Peter Guns, I mean, if we do that, we're like setting him up or something.
I feel like I would
because
have to put a paper bag over Peter Guns.
Yeah,
I would have to not
definitely.
know that it's him. I don't know.
We have to be
Like
like.
I said, either way, it's a loss. I would marry
We
Saul.
gotta be like robbing him in the background or something.
Right.
Like,
I would marry. I mean, ultimately, I would marry Self if I had to marry someone. I would probably divorce him the next day, annul that shit right away.
yeah.
Um,
I can't find it.
No.
that's
And
weird.
I feel real weird keeping it. So I'm sorry.
When I find it, I'll send it to you. If I see it again, I'll send it to you. That's hilarious. But, I mean, at the end of the day, we just want everybody to really put themselves in these positions. I know there's people out there that are like, oh, people are invested in celebrity lives and how celebrities live their lives. But you got to remember, this ain't easy. It ain't easy dealing with people of that caliber in the industry. It's not easy being married to somebody that's had a sex tape out. It's not easy to be married to somebody that has ass injections and then every battle they're going to talk about it.
It's a crazy, crazy, crazy world, yo. I swear. There's a lot of just random craziness going on.
Especially at the workplace
Right.
when it comes to stuff like that. And not even, I saw Amber Rose post something and she was like, she posted the picture of Bill Cosby. and then went on a rant. Let me pull it up
See,
here real quick.
the real fucked up thing about the Bill Cosby thing is that he got railroaded, and Harvey Weinstein walking around.
Right, that's
You know
exactly
what
what I was saying.
Like, yo, there's a videotape. I don't know if y'all saw, but I saw it was like a interview this girl had did, and she was recording on her laptop the interview she had with Harvey Weinstein, and you just see my man touching her. You know what I mean? Like he was doing the most inappropriate,
Right, that ever.
shit. But she was
Giggling with it.
yeah, you know, like
Right, cause their first instinct is probably like, oh, if he's on it like that and I be nice to him, I'ma
Right.
get the job. They
Right.
think the girl thinks that they're finessing the guy, and the guy knows he's finessing her because
he
he's
wanted
the
to
one
rape
that
her.
could get her the
he
job.
raped her. He
That's
raped
crazy.
her that day, I think.
See, look at that.
When they went into the other room, she couldn't bring the laptop with her. So she fucked around and got raped. But again,
That's
the way she was
crazy.
allowed, I think he put his hand in between her leg. You know what I mean? With certain
What?
shit he
But
was
see,
doing,
at that point, why
she was
wouldn't
trying
she
to get
like
some kind of
push him?
contract with him.
Because everyone reacts differently.
Yeah.
What if she's frozen shock? Like, this is someone that you think is your boss, someone that you know morally should be, you know, like respected.
And see, it's like, how do you respond to that? Would you
Everyone
be like,
has
hey,
a
yo, my
different
man,
trigger.
and like black the fuck
Yes.
out?
No.
Or
No.
do you like,
You put some bass in your voice
Right.
and say, yo, oh, nah.
right?
Either we gonna do this or we not
Right.
gonna do that.
See,
But
that's
once you
the
hit
thing.
and stop playing. No. Nigga, you
Right.
just put your hand between her legs and you giggle it off.
Yeah.
Not good.
That doesn't. But everyone reacts differently. As like, here's an example. One time, I remember when I was really small, we went to a feast, me and my family, and my mom is the type of person that she falls into shock when bad things happen. So I'm staring at these girls dancing on stage, right? Way before my mom even knew what that was about. I was just like, whoa, they're so hot. So I'm standing there. Little do I know, my family had already walked away. So I wasn't paying attention to them. I stood there staring at these girls on stage. So maybe 5 minutes later, my family didn't notice I wasn't with them either, though. So shame on them. But anyway, 5 minutes later, I'm like, okay, like, you know, something else happened. I think they got off stage. So I go to like turn around and I see that I don't have my family around me. Major sidebar story. So I start to panic. I start to look around, scared as hell. And anyway, 5 minutes later, my dad finds me, comes back, and he's walking me back like I
he was
should
there
fucking
while
kill
he was
you.
looking at the dances
Well,
too.
he just knew where to find me. Low key, Dad, I know you got me. So he comes, we're walking back, and he's like, you know, you fucking scared your mom. Like, your mom's over here losing her shit like always. I walk back, and my mom was on the floor, like having a whole panic attack, hyperventilating. She couldn't breathe. Everyone around her is like, you know, worrying about her. Like, I think it was my older sister and like a family member that was there, and they were like carrying her, like, oh my God, relax, look, she's right here. And my mom froze, like she could not, like, had that been me,
Because of what?
because she lost me.
She lost her because she was over there looking at the girls.
I was not near them. They had already had a good 5 minutes away from where the fuck I was. I was like maybe 8, 9.
And it's funny because something like that. Remember, we was on the beach one time, and Diamond went over to like the playground.
Oh my God! But see, you saw my reaction.
Yeah.
I'm not the type of person that freezes up. But my mom is the total opposite. My mom will fall. Right. I'm not the type of person that
and we went right to the playground.
As
and
soon
boom,
as I
she was
realized
right there.
that she wasn't near me, I fucking panicked. Yeah, but I was like running everywhere. Like, where the fuck
she
is my
didn't even
kid?
tell us what was going on.
They had
she
to
was
come
on
looking
the
for
move.
me. They were like, "Yo, where is she?" And then they see me running around, looking everywhere, calling her like crazy. And that's when
whereas
like,
your mom would freeze and you would
My
have got
mom
even
would've
more
panicked.
lost. Yeah.
So everyone has a different. My point is that everyone has a different reaction to
You're a little nasty.
trauma.
I'm going to look at the girls, and
You know.
her dad happened to stop and look at the girls while he was looking for her and found her.
But exactly,
Over there.
something could have happened to me. I was a little girl, and you know, I'm beautiful.
Oh, and speaking of that, like you're saying, you're walking off into a festival like that at that age. Me and someone was talking about yesterday that when your kids get to a certain age, you don't want them to put themselves in the same dumbass predicaments that you was once in? Or can you imagine your kid being at the type of parties that you went to? And you don't know if they're going to have the same mindset that you do. Because I've been places where I might be drunk, but I'm looking at everybody like, oh, this is different. I need to go home. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I don't want my kids to ever be like, oh, nah, I got to do it. Like, some kids think they got to fall into peer pressure. Some kids think, oh, if they drink a whole bottle, I got to drink. Like, can you remember buying a big bottle and we were like, we have to finish it?
Okay, wait. So have you, as a kid, do you remember what was one of the first things that you got peer pressured with? What did you fall into?
I drank Cisco, and I was throwing it up all over the place. I went home.
So you didn't want to drink Cisco? Why would they give me Cisco? Like, why would you give me that as my first thing to get drunk off of? I would never.
Cisco make you slap a bitch.
Yeah.
Cisco was nothing to fuck with.
And why would you give that to someone as their first drink? I literally remember like going from 2 sips, 3 sips to everything spinning. I went home, fell off the bed, ran into the wall, like trying to go to the bathroom. Like I thought I was out the doorway and I was still like right there.
I never had Cisco.
And couldn't even go to school the next day.
Never did it, to be honest. Like I never fucked with it. I never
feel
tasted
so
it.
old saying that. And I think about my nephew and I'm like, yo, the day he ever gets drunk to the point of throwing up, like God forbid he's not with people that are going to take care of him or make sure that they get him home.
I will say, not for nothing, shout out to all of my friends when I was a kid, because growing up I got fucked up so many times, and they really, I feel like I always had like helpful friends around me that made sure that I made it back home at the end of the day. But on that same note, I would flip the fuck out thinking I wasn't a big party person. I was never the type of person to like go out dancing with the girls. If there was a hookah, not a hookah party, a hooky party. I was never the type of girl to be big on going to someone's house to party. Like that just wasn't really what I was into. And especially if I was there, I was not dancing with guys, because I always felt like that was such a cheap shot at trying to have a girl rub on your dick.
Right, like that's just dry humping.
That's just exactly. That's what I used to say. So I would go to not be like the corny one. You know what I mean? Like I wanted to still be like cool with everyone.
But you was like, y'all ain't lifting me up in the air.
Right,
You're
fuck out of here. And I've seen that happen to so many girls, and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe this. Like his face is down there, and you know, all types of craziness. So,
I mean, I was a little chubby when I was young, so I was getting whatever dances I could get. You want this to me? We're just gonna go through the whole reggae CD.
Yo.
You know the reggae CD where you know every song that goes from the beginning to the next song to the next song to the next song.
I honestly can't. I'm
Yo,
done with you. Meanwhile, I was on the side like,
No, but
right
I know what you're saying. I saw girls getting lifted up in the air or like getting. My thing is, there's a difference between dancing. I could not imagine
my kid getting.
There's a difference between dancing and then like that nasty where you see people like they're just like doing this to the girl, like pushing them on the floor. That's disgusting. You don't even dance like that.
I can't. I would lose my shit. I'd be like, whose daughter are you?
Like, can you imagine high school, you finding out, high school calling you that your daughter played hooky?
I don't even want to think about these things. But then I think back to, but see, not everyone's going to be like me. I don't know that she's going to do the things I did. I would do bad things, like cut school. Right. But I wasn't out doing crazy shit. I was, like, chilling with my friends. Like, fucking not really doing, hello. I was out with my friends just hanging out, like being stupid, like not even like we were like playing fucking dumb games. It wasn't even on some sex or like boyfriend, girlfriend, let's do like it was never anything crazy. But I would flip out. What I was doing was being in the back of cars or being a passenger.
Oh, you was driving around
in the races.
Because me too.
Back in Jersey City, back in the day, growing up, that was a big thing. Everyone,
popping.
Yes.
I wish they still had that.
440 like I said, in Jersey City, used to have all of these races where all of these people from out of town, from Elizabeth, Newark, Lyndhurst, like just about everywhere would all meet up there.
Go to
get
the Dunkin'
fucked up.
Donuts. Go to Dunkin'
Right.
Donuts real quick.
Get fucked up, smoke, hookah, everything, and then they would go get in the cars, and they all would have a place to go race, where the cops were in there.
Yeah,
there was
that's
no
so dope.
traffic
Somebody
at that time
said-
of night.
Rome said they still do. I would love to still go to the races. The races was my shit.
Right, it was lit back in the day, but like I said, there was times where
We had to
I
race
had to
from
get
the
in
police.
the car.
Yeah, absolutely.
There was times where the police would come out of nowhere with the lights off, so you didn't even know it was them, and you would have to rush to your car. First of all, there's 1,000 cars, like maybe not 1,000, I'm exaggerating, but there was a lot of fucking
Right.
cars. So you'd have to run back to your
You
car.
gotta make sure you
race,
see
everyone's leaving.
who
Avenue
you're
P
with.
in Newark.
Yep.
Yes.
Avenue P, Doremus, all of that. You go right there. I'm telling you. And
Wasn't there Global?
Global.
Yes. Back in the
It's like
day.
we were. It's like we were at the same places and we didn't know each other.
Yo, it's so crazy.
So when the cops came or you knew they was going to run down on you, would have to get in the car, know who you came with, see who you came with, and everybody's racing, doing donuts,
right,
just going on.
and it was innocent because
so
you weren't
Fast and the
doing anything
Furious.
bad, but at the same time we were in cars.
Right, and then at any time you
racing.
could get pulled over, locked up, whatever.
Oh my god! I
And
remember
see-
one time the cops rolled up and we all got in the front of the car. Good thing that we parked all the way at the front. We went inside the car and already there was a whole line of cars leaving. So I remember just looking back and maybe like 4 cars or 5 cars behind me, and we're all going through like this highway. Out of nowhere, I turn around, the cops were there, like stopping people. So I just remember being in that
And
car,
mind
like,
you-
oh my god, I just hope I just want to get out of this. Like,
And
I
then
hope
there's
we don't
all
get in
types of
trouble.
tickets you could get for that. Speeding, the sound, like the revving of the muffler, the doing the donuts, the tints on the
Reckless
windows,
driving.
reckless driving. Like racing could get you into
God
all
forbid you
types
have
of
a
shit.
broken tail light. God forbid you don't have a permit of some sort. God forbid you don't have insurance. Like, oh my God, the shit you could get into. So just thinking about that makes me feel like even though I know it wasn't that bad, that was my experience.
Of
Could
fun.
you imagine your
what, what they're gonna be
with
into.
other irresponsible idiots that don't know any better? That, like, I mean, you see car crashes happening all the time, especially also in Jersey City. A lot of places are like dangerous to drive in, where people, like, for some reason end up going the same way in one lane. Like, it's crazy.
And then it's like, I remember in high school, everybody was a blood, or certain people were Crips, or there were Dominican gangs, there were this gang. I remember Hoboken, they used to have gangs, like, according to which side. It was only one project, but for some reason they broke it up into like 6 different gangs.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you have to think about stuff like that too when these kids are growing up, or like just the whole peer pressure of you feeling like whoever you're around, or if they're into something, that's got to be cool. I remember I met a group of people that I thought was cool, and I vibed with them, they vibed with me, but half of them were bloods. So then the next thing you know, everybody I'm chilling with, they're all bloods. And I'm not, at that time, I wasn't that type of person where I was like into all of that or knowing all of that. I never tried to be down, wanted to be down. I dated a blood. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's how you get in the mix.
At this day and age, who the fuck hasn't, though?
Right.
Like, everyone. Oh, well, you know what, Uncle Raw, the odds are against you.
And the conversation that me and my friend Rita had yesterday was, you don't want your kids to grow up thinking that's normal the way we did.
Right.
We thought, okay, that's high school. That's what you're going to see in high school. Being females, walking home, you know how many people used to just honk the horn or literally drive alongside of me for a few blocks?
Oh my God, me too.
And then if they'll stop, or then I'll be like 6 blocks away, and it'll the same car will come around the corner.
Listen, stranger
and still
danger was real shit
It
back
was-
in the day. I'm so serious. My mom would be like, you don't fucking stop for no one. If you
I'm
see a
telling
car
you.
driving slow, you better run into the store or go somewhere. Stranger danger is real shit.
I remember there was a time in Jersey City where there was literally reports of a man in the van that would pull over and jerk off.
White van.
And we saw the man in the white van that would snatch you the fuck up.
Yeah.
And then there was a man that would pull up and literally be jerking off and just be pulled over. And these are things that we're like, we got to keep it moving. Like, we think this is normal. I would never want to have kids and let them think that you have to walk down the street and get harassed. That's harassment. We are literally harassed every day by creeps, old men. Today, I was on the phone with you on my lunch break.
I heard it.
And there was a group of people in New York protesting because I guess they want to ban like the street vendors, like saying that they don't count as legal businesses. I guess they want to raise their taxes, or they don't want them to sell the halal food and the shish kebabs no more. They're taking up space.
Okay.
So they're all out there protesting for a good cause to save their business and what they're doing. And I walk in the middle of it, and one of them says something to me, like, he said something in his language, and then after that, he was like, oh, I'll give you hot dogs for life. Bruh. And I'm on the phone with her. Yo, I'm on the phone with her, and I'm like, you see, they out here fighting a good cause, but why they gotta say some sexual shit when I walk by?
Smooth ass nigga.
Like, I can't.
Ew.
Yeah, right?
Could
Like,
you imagine? Could you imagine a nasty looking woman, butchy man looking thing coming up to you like, I'll give you free clams
yeah,
forever.
you want this?
Numerous times. Ugly women, they the boldest.
The boldest.
The highest level of confidence. They don't give a fuck.
You know why? Because they have no choice.
Yeah.
They have to do all of that because go in or go home.
I don't know. When I'm old, I might say some wild shit, man. I can't wait to just be an old lady with no filter. But I'm gonna try not to get locked up for sexual harassment.
Let's not.
For saying any of that.
You know what else I hope we don't ever do this whole trend of women that are starting to go out with like 18-year-old, 19-year-old, young ass looking kids in the face. I hope we never go through that experience because it just doesn't look right. And I mean, I'm not saying that if it was the other way around, guy being older than girl, would it look better? It doesn't look right in any way. Like, not for nothing, there's little Instagram models that are running around posting crazy. They look good. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean? Like, I even look at these girls for a quick second when I see them and I'm like, holy shit. But then I notice the face and I'm like, oh no. This is obviously a really young girl. But you know what I notice? I click on her page and I see like 50 motherfuckers that I know that follow this girl, that like her pictures constantly. And I'm like, yo, we live in such a sick time where people don't even care. Like, we could see that you're following her. My sister.
Yo, that's how I know who the creeps are, because I see who reaches out and try to follow her. Yep.
I don't fucking post her at. My sister now is 19 years old. I don't post her at. I don't post pictures with her. My own daughter, I don't post pictures of like that on Instagram unless it goes away.
We did like one Finesse N Chill episode with her like a while ago.
And we even changed her name because I didn't want people to know that. Like, I am so overprotective over any female in my family. Like, you are. And so the minute that I see people that I know are creeps on her page, liking her pictures. Yep. Oh, it makes my blood boil. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Like, have you no shame?
Like,
now imagine, just think how social media is going to be as these kids get older and evolve. I thank God we didn't have social media.
Could you imagine being, because now
y'all starting to sound like me now. Y'all starting to sound old.
No, but this is real life shit because I have a kid, so it's always a thought in my mind. Like
I can't.
Back in the day when I was in high
thank
school,
God.
there used to be like on social media when I guess MySpace and Facebook first came about. I remember there used to be hoe lists or slut lists, or who are the biggest sluts in Hudson County.
I made the boy list. I noticed that there was a BBM list going around of the girls.
Right.
And I wasn't on it. I didn't know half of the people that was on it anyway because I was a little older. But I was like, I'm gonna make a dude one. Fuck, they think they gonna go around making a female list, and I made the male list and then just let it pop. and BBM just kept going with it.
There used to be lists like that. Could you imagine? Could any of you guys imagine? Anyone listening right now? Could you imagine being a parent, going on social media, because we all got our accounts because we swear we the shit, right? And then you see your kid having posted a picture, like a provocative picture, your daughter posting a provocative picture, or your son posting some crazy shit. Like, at least our parents didn't have social media growing up. We're about to realize what weight this shit is going to hold when our kids are old enough.
Imagine you yell at your kid and you look at their Snapchat or Facebook or Instagram and they put a post like "fuck out of here."
Right.
Bitches swear they can tell
what? You know, I always used to have away messages that had some
You
shade.
used to be the kid go in their room and talk shit about their parent. Now they go on social media.
Now they go on social media.
One of their friends or cousins or something be like, you see what your daughter said?
Right. Imagine your daughter put, "Yo, mom got me fucked up" on Facebook.
And now your mom, and you're like, bitch. Like,
I'm telling you, man, you gotta get ready.
There's no handbook for this shit. Social media wasn't here 15, 20 years ago. Like, what are we supposed to do now? Sit there and be like, bitch, you was the one that left this. And
right.
Like,
you
no,
can't go back and forth. You gotta let your kid just be a kid. And that's gonna be the craziest part of social media, is the next generation, when these badass kids get older and then you start seeing they notice their parents on Facebook. Because if you look at everybody on Facebook, all our friends are grown, have kids. Now how about when these kids are grown and they see everything their parents been posting on social media?
Oh my God.
Yo, I wasn't even
I will say
with my kids on Facebook. I don't want it on Instagram. I don't want to see what the fuck you doing.
Right. Oh wait, so wait a minute. You have kids. You have grown kids. Yes. Do you follow them on social media?
What did I just say?
No.
You don't?
I think my oldest daughter is following me, and my son. I think I can follow my youngest daughter now.
Yeah.
I think I can.
Oh God.
Came in here,
right.
So she's grown up a little bit.
Right.
I do not want to see. You can't control that shit. She's
right.
24
You can't.
fucking years old.
Right. You don't want to see the.
But could you just imagine some fucking crazy picture? Like, what do you do? You can't do anything because they're already older, past a certain age, that you can't be like, take that shit right off. Oh, I just don't know.
I did not want to see none of this shit. I don't know what the fuck was up there, but
listen.
Yeah, that's not good.
It's just a crazy thing to think about, like, later on in life. We're all about to learn. You know, everyone has their day.
You gotta peek.
You
gotta peek every now and then to make sure they ain't posting no crazy pictures.
Right. I don't even want my kids to have social media to this day.
Even if they do, if you can't control what they doing, it's best for you not to fucking see. If you can't stop it,
true.
You know, it ain't gonna do nothing but cause a conflict between you and your kid.
You're just gonna want to whoop their ass, and they're gonna go even harder.
Let me introduce you to the belts. Le belts.
Patty Le belts.
Reach a certain age, ain't shit you could do.
Oh my God, it's just a sick world. So, yeah, I guess Finesse and Chill is here to say, just take care of your kids. Then. Make sure you're raising them the right way.
I mean, all I can say is buckle up if you were a badass kid, because your kid's gonna do even worse. So karma is there. You gonna see. But not for nothing, a lot of these kids just might be a little bit smarter than us. Hopefully.
I hope so. Fingers crossed. I hope. I did not for nothing. I did read an article real quick about millennials dropping the divorce rate. So shout out to motherfucking
like the new kids that are getting married. They're staying together. A lot of these new couples aren't divorcing.
Too early to tell.
It is, but they're all married and they're having long marriages as opposed to the other.
Long?
I mean, long enough to report. I'm guessing longer than 5 years. No, longer than it has to be a good.
5 years is not no fucking.
It's not, but compared, what I'm saying is compared to the times
statistics before.
Exactly, of people that got married when they were 20, 21, whatever, and they lasted a year, maybe 2. Like, these kids are actually having longer relationships and are actually taking their commitment seriously. So shout out to y'all and me.
Because it's a scary world. It's a scary relationship world out there.
Exactly.
Thank you to everybody for tuning in, for coming in the chat. as you know, coming up this fall and winter, you guys won't be seeing a lot of the regular smegular shows. You can still catch Uncle Ra and his super cool interviews. Guys can follow us on Instagram. We have a Finesse and Chill Instagram. We have a Finesse and Chill Facebook.
And
we have
YouTube.
a Finesse and Chill YouTube.
So make sure you guys follow us on all platforms.
Uncle Ra, what would you do if at the strike people came up to you and was like, Uncle Ra, we want an autograph. Can we take a picture with you?
At the strike.
Yeah, the strike is the next battle that's coming up.
I've been taking pictures lately because
Yeah.
I just feel so fucking Hollywood. Because I don't care.
Right.
It ain't Hollywood, but it makes me feel like
It
I'm
looks-
acting
yeah.
Hollywood, if you
Yeah.
want to take pictures and shit like that.
So it's been a few that I took a
There's some events coming up this weekend. There's a City Guys a We Go Hard event this weekend on Saturday, and
What time?
Sunday around 5ish.
Okay.
Dennis.
Sunday is Dre Dennis. Dre Dennis is trying to do
He got
pull the
fucking-
unstoppable. We got 30 battles on
what's-
there.
What they call Hot 97 summer jam. He got like a summer jam. fucking
Yeah, he
lineup.
got like a summer. Not for
Wow.
nothing. Dre Dennis card is fire.
It's like fucking 67 battles.
Yep.
What?
I'm exaggerating, but it's close.
Watch, I'm gonna try to pull it up real quick before we get out of here. So We Go Hard is Humidity 4. Headlining is Reaper Rel and Mac Myron. And then I'm
That's
excited,
my guy.
right?
Fuck.
That's why I was like, yo, I told City, yo, that's
That
juicy. Then Al 40 Cal,
Juicy.
Mac Myron hosted with us for 420.
Yes, I remember we got high as fuck and we made him laugh.
Yeah, Bubba Ford and Al versus Al 40 Cal. That's gonna be a dope battle. And let me see real quick. Let me pull up Dre Dennis's card real
And all
quick.
the 40 battles.
Yo, and that one's in Jersey, and I always tell Dre Dennis because he thinks because we're from Jersey that it's right there, and I'm like, yo, I swear we're closer to New York.
I went to
Then I
one,
want to
man.
go.
Wait, where's that
It's
at?
deep. I'm pulling it up right now.
Wait, are all those top 30?
Not
Oh.
really. No, not really. But you got a lot. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Right here. This card literally has let me see. And then there's a surprise battle. Both cards have a surprise battle. So you wrote that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. It says 17.
That's
But I remember on
crazy.
Facebook him saying that it was even more than that.
But a lot of them are one rounders.
Are they?
To their
Oh,
credit.
okay.
Oh, so
then
that
makes
this way-
sense.
Yeah.
This way it could go faster. I see
That's the
XL's gonna
first
be
time I
out
saw,
here. Drugs.
Marino.
It's gonna be in 361 East Charleston Avenue, Lawnside, New Jersey. Like, where is that?
Shit is
Damn.
like exit 999.
See, that's the
on
thing.
town.
I gotta get there,
Then when
man.
you get
But
off
it's
the
so
turnpike,
hard
it's
to
another
get there.
fucking this amount of time.
Dre Dennis, how you from Jersey and you can't get there?
I think it's exit 4 on the turnpike.
Twerk's battling, Chess is battling, Chef Trez is battling, Prez Mafia is battling, Dre Dennis is battling, Bill Collect is battling, Prep's battling,
That's fire.
Drugs is battling, XL is battling. Like, this card is lit,
What
man.
time? What time? See, I'm at work, man.
Oh yeah, that's
I
Sunday.
can't.
Doors open at 3,
At 3.
and
And I
then
work at fucking 2.
City shit says
God damn
is
it.
in 232 Malcolm X Boulevard. I miss Malcolm X Boulevard and all that little area, New York, and Black Star video. But yeah, Reaper Rel versus Mac Myron. That's the head. No, I know, but I'm saying I miss that area, like Malcolm X. This one is, I don't know the name of the venue, but that it's over in that area.
It's in Hall?
That's
No,
that's
it's
lit.
deeper. Brooklyn. Reaper Rel and Mac Myron. That's the headliner for that one. That's gonna be
I ain't
juicy.
seen Mac Myron in a minute. I fuck with. First time I ever saw him, we was in Detroit, one of our road trips, and he battled B Magic. And that's when B Magic was B Magic.
Right,
That shit was
right.
fucking fire.
That's when he was B motherfucking Magic.
And that's when Ill Will was supposed to battle Calico that night. too.
That's
And it
juicy.
never went down.
Why didn't it?
And then I think Cal.
We need that Calico and Ill
Cal
Will.
came to the event. He wowed out on my camera that night. I remember that shit.
Why didn't it go down?
Ill Will was sick.
I would, and
Well,
they
when
never
you-
battled after that. Cal and Ill Will.
Nope.
That would be super
I've been
fire.
trying to set that shit up every time I interview them motherfuckers.
Yo, that would be crazy.
Well, they're saying apparently to everyone in the chat, apparently it's 1 round battles, which is why there's going to be 17 battles because a lot of them
Yeah,
are
because if
1-rounders,
not, that would
which
have to
makes
start
sense.
early.
Yeah.
That would have to start at
What?
the top of the
I
morning.
fucking get tired
Oh,
after
Friday
like
to end by Sunday.
Gnome 8. I was there at the last battle. Like, yo, I can't. Like, I can't stand on stage no
Gnome
more.
7. No, you mean Gnome.
Gnome.
Is that Gnome 8, right?
Yeah.
I keep thinking Summer Madness 8.
I was so tired. Next to that, I was like, no, girl, I have to sit.
Yo,
You want to
coming up.
stand? You want to go? You could go, Dutch. But I gotta sit this one out.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we gotta get our legs ready for the strike.
I'm doing
Andrea,
workouts now.
It's happened. There's been plenty of events where as though actually every battle actually happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
There's been
For
plenty
sure.
of those. So
Yeah, I'm telling you,
Lately,
there's
it's
been
been a
weekends when I first started battle rap. I remember there was a whole weekend where we did a cipher one day, then we had the PGs when Joe and I battled Gutter, and then the next day it was Sharon versus Suge. So it was like it wasn't a big event, but it was a big event. And like it was crazy. Like I felt like we were standing up for like 3-4 days straight.
I was at that Sharon versus Suge.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
remember him doing with that What's Your Life Like.
Yeah, the
like,
What's Your Life Like.
his
Yep.
dick was small and his
Yep.
girl
I was so
cheating on him or
young.
some shit.
So
That shit
young.
was crazy.
But battle rap weekends, when they do it like that with a PG the day before, plus we be doing interviews, doing shit like that.
That's a lot.
Then you have that, yo, your legs is on fire,
For
dog.
real. You get tired. What?
Tired.
A lot of them fucking venues, like there is literally nowhere to
Yeah.
sit.
Only
All you can
Gramercy.
do is lean.
Only
And
Gramercy
stands.
had the
Gramercy's the
seating.
best.
Gramercy had like the stadium seating that went up like that. Urban Plaza, it's all standing room. Even upstairs, it's all standing room.
There's
Like,
a couple of couches upstairs in Urban Plaza.
Yeah.
You know, once they're full, they're full.
yeah, and then when you
Mhm.
sit, you feel like you're missing something. I'd be like, bing,
Wait,
bing,
so
bing,
where
bing,
was
bing. I'd be
what
all
was,
over the place.
where was that battle that we went to that we were sitting with Frankie?
Oh, that was Born Legacy.
Where was that though?
Brooklyn.
That was in Brooklyn. That wasn't in the one that the stage was falling. That was in one that had couches.
That couch
Right
was
there in
comfy.
the back.
I only had a couple couches. in
Yeah,
there.
it was
That's
like
when
on
Chess
stage.
battled JC.
Yeah, it was
Once
on
I
stage.
sat, I was like, nope, not getting up.
Not getting up. So we'll see. I'm about to get these legs ready for the strike.
By the way, I hope you guys should hit us up. Definitely hit us up on Instagram. She has Twitter. Hit us up on Facebook. Let us know who's all going to go to Strike 2.5 because that weekend is my birthday weekend.
Yes.
And we definitely want to be reckless and crazy and have fun. So make sure you guys hit us up.
My bodyguards that day.
I
No,
mean,
we're gonna be there. I'm
of
saying the whole
course.
weekend.
You know what? No,
Yeah,
listen. You want to know how not
We're gonna
full
be like,
of
we
shit
got
we
you,
are? We're going to drink Henny so we could have your back.
What? We're gonna
Damn.
be angry.
You know what?
Yup.
I feel sorry for anybody that.
Anybody that get closer, I'm like, you don't want to do an interview.
Not the girls with a henny.
Right. See, so
I'm
you're
like-
good.
I'm gonna start yoking battle rappers up like Unc said, meet him outside in 5 minutes for an interview.
Yeah. See that shit already.
So make sure you guys hit us up. We're definitely going to be partying. We're going to be staying in New York City that whole entire weekend so that
yeah.
we don't have to rush
We're gonna
back to Jersey.
act. We're gonna act like we're traveling out of the state.
Yes.
And we're gonna be in
luggage
New York for the
and
whole
everything.
weekend.
Everything. I'm so excited. Libra season.
It's definitely V's birthday weekend. If you guys are gonna go to the strike, hit us up. Shout us out. Let us know if you're gonna be there. Hit us up. Like, we're not bougie. Y'all can.
We might hit
Y'all
a
can
strip
fangirl
club. We
us.
might go to one of the clubs in New York City. I mean, I want to do stuff. What do you think we're gonna do?
I
Go
forget.
home
It's
and,
not
like-
my birthday week. It's V's birthday
it's
weekend.
I want to see the ladies. So, guys, make sure you stay tuned in. We got a lot of cool shit coming up, and just hit us up.
Yep. Shout us a holler. Make sure y'all stay tuned in. You know, Uncle Rod's gonna get them exclusive interviews at the strike, before the strike, after the strike. Aha. They named it the strike. Thank you guys.
Thank you. Thank you guys for tuning in.
We love you guys.
Just like that.
Just like that.